What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's having an awesome day today. I'm sitting in a beautiful park again today here in Pete Beach, Florida. Just watching the boats go by, chilling, relaxing, and a couple kids out in the yard out here playing football, which is so cool to watch them. And they got their own little handshakes and everything else. Looks like two little brothers will do their handshake, and then the biggest brother will push the other brother, and pretty funny. Anyway, like I said, I hope everybody's doing well today and having a great Sunday afternoon, getting ready for the new year, 2020, and I've had a lot of messages over the last couple of days. um, People asking about my life's in sobriety, and how I have such a positive outlook on everything. And someone asked me if I was going to make the Depths of Hell video part 2, and so this is it. Um, if you haven't seen that video, go back and check it out. Like I said, it's called Depths of Hell part 1. Gives you a little history of where I was at in my younger years of using, and that I didn't know how to be Chad. And I always wanted to be somebody else. I wanted to be my dad. I wanted to be my brothers, and I can't even see the video or the screen. And somebody's asked, "Well, you never show your eyes on video." There they are. Um, anyway, but I didn't know how to be Chad. I wanted to be somebody else, and because I didn't like Chad, I didn't like who I was. I didn't like the person I had become. And I was huge in the theater department in high school and right out of high school, because I could always be somebody else. I didn't have to be me. And God's given me the blessing of remembering my last drunk, and it was on May 25th of 2018. I was sitting at my mom's house with a gun in my mouth, and getting ready to go back to treatment. I was just worn out. I was completely sick and tired of being sick and tired. And hence the journey began. I went to treatment. Some people know, some don't. I didn't hit my rock bottom, really, and I thought I was at my rock bottom then. But I really didn't hit my rock bottom until I was 5 months sober, December last year. Actually, 1st December last year, 6 months. Anyway, yeah, and I sliced my body up. Ended up with a bunch of stitches and staples all over my body, and hoping to die. And I came out of that and I moved to St. Pete, and being who I am is something that I still learn on a day-to-day basis. I get a daily reprieve every single morning I wake up of what I used to say was the bad shit. Today I get to wake up, I get to breathe, I get to spend a day on this earth with the people I love and I admire. And I am so grateful today to be alive and sober. There's things that I wish I could change today. I don't have a relationship with my children still, which I hate. And but I put that in God's time. It's not mine. I stay sober today for Chad, because if I stay sober for myself, I'm a little bit better person today. I care for others. I never did that before in my life. Things can get dark out there when you're using, but there is light at the other side. You just have to want it. I've had people time and time and time again that's tried to force me to get sober, force me to do things that I was doing for them. I was a people pleaser. Now I do things, I'm selfish in that manner. I do things for me to make me happy. in return, I can make others happy by doing so, and hopefully help a few others along the road. I say a lot, if anything from my journey over the last 30 years and the things I've done over the last 30 years has or can help anyone out there, then everything I've gone through has been worth it. Every single bit of it. I'm grateful today that I don't have to live in the past as much as I did. I still do. There's certain things that still bother me, but I'm working on that. But that's the thing, is I get to work on it today, and the things I have dealt with, the things I have worked on, I've walked through these things, and I'm able to look back at that and see the positivity in it. I say it all the time in my videos, the only thing that I can change today is my attitude and how I look at things. Is the glass half empty or is it half full? I choose to look at it half full today. I've got some things personally going on in my life right now, consequences of the past that I'm dealing with, and not too happy about it, but it's something I haven't wanted to deal with for quite some time now. It's a financial issue, and I'm able to work on that now and able to face it now, and I know once I get through this, things will be brighter. So if you're out there and you question anything, and I'm not just talking with drugs, alcohol, disorders, food disorders, there's so many things that people face on a day-to-day basis. Bipolar disorder, suicidal thoughts, things of that nature. I don't know it all. I used to have that diseases. I know it all. I don't know it all. I just know what I've been through and what I go through right now, and and I hope it helps somebody along the way. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay not knowing. It's okay not to be okay right now. But you got to follow that up. It's okay not being okay right now with, okay, what can I do about this? The words that used to come to my mind for so many years is, I can't. It wasn't that I couldn't do anything, it's that I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't stand up for myself. I wouldn't do anything about it. I let everybody make decisions for me. Now I get to make some decisions, good or bad, but I make some decisions today. I hope they're good. But take that mentality of or word can't out of your vocabulary. Put I will or I would. The woulda, coulda, shouldas. Used to think about that all the time. I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have went another direction, I could have whatever. The path that I chose with my life in my early years was of my own doing, because I was too scared, sitting in fear of what everybody would think. I don't have to live in fear today. And there's things I still get very fearful of. Still fearful of clowns. So do not send me a freaking picture of a damn clown, for God's sakes. I hate clowns. I really do. That's just me. It's a true phobia. Some people may not know that it is a true phobia. Anyway, ask for help. Go to a teacher, a parent, a wife, a husband, a sister, a brother, a friend, and say, look, I need some help on this, whatever it may be. Doesn't matter what it is. You might be having problems, doing something at work that you're scared to even ask for help on at work. Um, you know, don't be scared to speak up and tell your boss, hey, I don't know how to do this, or I need help doing this. Um, because when you get it right, even if it has to come from somebody else or helping you, there's a lot less consequences. Asking for help, from when I had to ask for help, it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. 3 months before I got sober, I knew, without a shadow of a doubt, I knew I could not stop drinking and using drugs on my own. I'm grateful with my supporters and my family saw where I was at again and offered that help. I denied it at first because treatment don't work. Uh, it saved my life. Healthcare Connections of Tampa and Real Recovery of St. Petersburg uh, absolutely saved my life. And I don't know where I'd be today without it. Shit's gonna happen in life. There's something I read almost on a day-to-day basis, and it talks about living life on life's terms. Things are gonna happen. People are gonna cut you off, driving down the road, or gonna piss you off on the telephone, or whatever it may be. It's gonna happen. How do we deal with that situation? And the lady that asked me if I was going to do a part 2 of Depths of Hell, I'm not, well, back up. I'm not going to get into that story. I'll just say this, parents, if you're out there and you've got a child that's struggling with the disease of addiction or overeating or cutting, depression, mental health is such a big issue today. You can love them to death, but you love them enough to get help. And then when they get to the point of getting help, you love them enough to let them go just a little bit so the professionals can do their job. If you are a loved one out there that has someone that's going through some problems and not sure what to do, there's many crisis hotlines in your area. Every state, city in this country. I don't know if everyone has seen, but there's a new crisis suicide line that's up now. It's 988. Remember those numbers. 988 is a suicide crisis call, instead of having to remember 9 digits, 10 digits, whatever a phone number is. 988. If you're in a position or someone you love is in a position of suicidal thoughts, call that number. And I'm not being sponsored by anyone. These videos are strictly on me. I wish that number was available for me during some of my crisis times. But if you need help, or you're, like I said, a parent or a loved one of somebody that needs help with dealing with things, look in your local phone book. Google. I mean, who has a phone book anymore, right? Google. You've got 12-step programs. That's either with, for drugs, for alcohol, depression. There's 12-step programs out there for the family member who is trying to understand, what their loved one is going through. Reach out. And I think, I'd like to talk about that a lot, is because that's one thing that the addict or the alcoholic very seldom, and I just use that for those words for the simple reason is, that's what I dealt with. They're full of fear. They don't know which way to turn. They're horrified. Somebody like myself, I did not know how to live my life on a day-to-day basis without drinking or drugging. I woke up in the morning, the first thing I did is I reached for a pill bottle, and I reached for the cocaine, and I reached for a drink every single morning for the last 2 years that I was drinking and using. There is hope available. You gotta want it. You gotta reach out. If anyone ever has any questions for me or not know how to get in touch with any of these crisis hotlines, please message me in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to get you in touch with the proper authorities or people you need to be in touch with in your hometown. If you have any questions, if I can answer them, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. But I don't, like I said, I don't know everything. I can only talk my experience, strength, and hope to people. And if I can help in any way, I'll be more than happy to. Remember though, guys, no matter what the situation may be, there is always hope. Always hope. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, even though it doesn't look like it sometimes. I'm absolutely blessed today, even though things I'm going through. Absolutely blessed 100% today. And it's because I have a higher power working in my life today. On these videos, you won't hear me preaching Jesus or Christianity or any type of religion, for the simple reason it scares so many people away. I know that there's something out there that is created. This beautiful palm tree behind me, all of that. But most of all, it allows me to sit here and take a breath in today and breathe and talk to you guys. Some amazing things I know are coming up in my life. I'm super stoked about. And I can't wait for 2020. Brand new year. The past is the past, guys. Don't forget, but don't live there. If you need help, ask for it. Love one another. Most of all, love yourself. Love yourself enough to get the help that you deserve and you need. I'm going to go lay over here on the grass, enjoy the sailboats riding by, get a little peace and serenity today myself. Just remember, guys, you're beautiful. You're awesome. You're absolutely amazing just the way you are. You rock.